Hello everyone. So my name is Shubham Bhandari. So my background of crypto and all started back in 2020 when I started working with a crypto startup, which helped me to research more about what blockchain is, what cryptocurrencies are, and then I got my first opportunity with Polygon. So that's how my career started. So in Polygon, I was doing a bit research work and bit of BD and partnership work. So that's how I came across various GameFi projects, various DeFi projects, infrastructure projects, and how a layer 2 blockchain works. So that was my first start with the big company. But after that, I got opportunity at a AAA blockchain gaming company called as Delicium. They also had a sister company called as Miraworld. I initially started as a business development manager, but then I got an opportunity to be the head of business development, and I worked for around a year. And then initially back in December 2022, I got to know about BitDAO, and they are starting their own layer 2 called as Mantle. So that's how I came across Mantle, and I joined here as a gaming lead. So currently it's around 7 to 8 months. I'm still working with them and building the whole ecosystem from scratch, like before the testnet until mainnet. I'm still working with them. So yep, that's brief about me and what I'm doing. So just let me share my screen and tell you more about what Mantle Network is and how we are providing support to all the gamify projects which are currently working with us. Awesome. So let's start with the topic, which is Mantle Network, layer 2, which is going to help you with all the solutions. It can be your gaming, it can be your infra, it can be your DeFi. So introducing Mantle. So Mantle is a layer 2 solution on Ethereum. So we are a EVM compatible chain. We are a Ethereum rollup right now with help of decentralized data and availability layer. We are also helping all the dApps who are coming with us with the low gas fees, high security, and fraction of within a fraction of time they can do multiple transactions. So that's our speed on Mantle network. Talking more about Mantle, so just to give you a brief about Mantle, so back in December, as I mentioned, Mantle started and processed it with their technology. They started building on like Ethereum layer 2. They started with the DAO. So Mantle is the first chain which is started by a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, which was initially known as BitDAO. But then it got rebranded, and currently we have a proposal where it will be rebranded to Mantle DAO, and all the bit tokens are rebranded to MNT tokens. So the whole process and the whole proposal was because we want all the ecosystem things to be just under one name and one brand and one token. So that's how we started. Right now, if you see on the right hand side, we have a small ecosystem diagram which helps you to understand how the Mantle token, which is MNT token, can help you and where are the utility of that token. So the first and the foremost part is about the governance model. So as we are a background chain of a DAO, so with the help of DAO, we have all the governance all aligned, and with the help of MNT token, you can vote, you can propose, and whatever things you actually look forward from Mantle network, you can actually propose or maybe vote for the proposals which are ongoing right now. Apart from that, we have many dApps onboarded on our testnet, on our mainnet. You can check out our ecosystem page. We have any other product. It can be our own market, it can be our own products related to developers, or it can be our own LST program. So LST program will help us to more incentivize the users who are building on Mantle. So as I discussed already about Mantle and what we are doing, it will be better if I give you a brief introduction, like how much easy it is to build on Mantle. So the first and the foremost thing, when back in 2013 or 14, when Ethereum came into picture, so Ethereum was the main adoption chain. So in 2017, 16, when Ethereum came and people started knowing more about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and how the use cases can be, and number of users can come together and use this blockchain. So that time Ethereum faced some difficulties with operation. They face some difficulties with gas fees. They face some difficulty with the speed and congestion of chain. So that time there were many other layer 2 came upon Ethereum, so that we can help them to scale, to reduce the gas fees, so that it can be a wide adoption thing. So that's how there are many chains right now EVM. So we are also EVM compatible. So maybe if you're working with any other chain, you can just shift and you can come to Mantle easily without deploying many other blockchain developers. You just need to shift some contracts and that's it. Apart from that, like there are many tabs currently deploying on Mantle, and they have great UI UX, so that you don't have to worry about deploying or using or creating your own infrastructure. You can just leverage all these infrastructure provider which are currently working on Mantle. So next is about the layer and how our innovation is in our stack. So we are the first chain which is a modular with the modular stack, where you can help us we can help us with all the things which are related to data availability. We can help you with the lower gas fees and security of Ethereum as well. Next, we should talk how we are supporting builders. Like, you know now how it is simple to build on Mantle, but it will be more helpful if I can discuss more about how we are providing builder support and how you can be a part of Mantle ecosystem. So first and the foremost, like we know every layer 2 currently provide grants and every layer 2 provide support to every project, right? But we have also seen that recently after the bear market, the projects or maybe the layer 2 or layer 3 or any layers like blockchains actually provide support to all the top tier projects, like top one tier 1 projects, or maybe the good project with the OG team and stuff. But for Mantle, we actually support the builders who are willing to bring their product to Mantle, and they require some support. They have a vision, they have a mission, they have a good product right now. They just need to come and pitch their idea. We can definitely help them with all the grants and all the funding they require to develop their product or MVP on Mantle. Apart from that, we also have our ecosystem fund. So maybe say suppose once you started working with us, you got the grants, you started building, you got many users on Mantle. Now you don't have to worry about it. In future, if you require any funding support or ecosystem support, you can just let us know and we can help you out on that side as well. Next is about marketing support. So I know whenever a project start with any blockchain, the blockchain providers tell that we will definitely provide you all the marketing support, all the things together. But when you start joining them, according to your background, according to your social presence, they divide you all in tier kind of system, and they don't actually provide your marketing support. But when you come to Mantle, we are really welcoming all the developers and all the dApps who really want to work with us. We will help them with all the marketing support. It can be related to Twitter account, it can be related to AMS, it can be related to any other support they require from our side. So definitely we are open and we are welcoming all the developers. Next is about the large partners ecosystem we have right now. So this is a unique thing for Mantle and all the layers which are currently working. So we have a good USP kind of thing over here. So if I talk about BitDAO, so initially BitDAO have many partner companies or daughter companies for them, like Game7, EHA Game, EduDAO, ZKDAO, Mirana Ventures. All these are our kind of a sister company where we can provide you all the support from all these companies. For example, if a gaming project comes to us like Mantle, we have our own chain. You can build your product on our chain. Once you require a community support or you want to propose something, we have our own DAO where you can use MNT token and propose or vote something which proposal are already going on. After that, if you require a kind of acceleration, marketing or other support, we have Game7 for that. We can definitely provide you support from the Game7 side. Yiha Game was initially kind of game publisher, but now they are more focused on the go-to-market strategy. So if a game has already built on Mantle, they are about to go to market after their beta, the Yiha Game can definitely come into picture and they can actually help them to increase their social presence and increase their market in Southeast Asia. After that, as we know, education is still important in blockchain industry. There are many newcomers ongoing every day, every month. So EduDAO comes into picture. We have many tie-ups with universities. They have many tie-ups with other startups so that we can collaboratively bring an ecosystem where we can educate and we can provide solutions at the same time. And last is about Mirana Ventures. So Mirana Ventures is a kind of venture hand for Mantle. They also help us with all the various things, like for example, Mantle Ecosystem Fund. They are also collaborating us with many other investment process which we are currently going on. It can be related to grants, it can be related to Eco Fund. So where if suppose there is a project who are really interested to go up with their seed round or stuff, we can definitely help them to get connected with Mirana team, and they can help to get the funding from them as well. Apart from that, these are our sister companies, but we have also onboarded many ecosystem companies. For example, currently we have a bunch of ecosystem partners who are providing us other services. Like on the infrastructure side, we have all the SDKs, APIs, we have all the nodes already aligned. On the DeFi side, we have DEXs, we have launchpads, we have marketplaces. On the gaming side, we have like X2 projects. We have many fully on-chain games. We have some Web2 gaming studios currently working with us. So you just come to us. You can ask about any support and partnership support, whichever you require, and we will be the one who will be supporting you on all these segments. How the MNT token works. So previously, I have given you brief introduction, like how the MNT token will be working and how we are going to utilize it. But now, after the merge of BitDAO and Mantle, so MNT, like all the Bit tokens were swapped or maybe rebranded to MNT token with the ratio of 1:1. So say suppose if you already have a Bit token, you can like rename or you can change it to MNT token into ratio of 1:1. So just to give you like information how you can use and how you are a part of Mantle if you are holding MNT token. So just to give you information about something like how you can use. So the first and the foremost thing is like any transaction you are doing on Mantle, you can pay like the gas fees with the help of MNT token. Apart from that, if you hold some tokens, so that actually gives you a right and that actually gives you a holding on the ecosystem proposals. Like for example, if I propose something, so today I propose that Mantle should adopt ZK EVM technology as well. So there is a proposal officially on Mantle DAO. You can just use your Bit token either in favor or in against. And say suppose if you think that I'm not really a good person to like give my opinion on this thing, if you are a holder of a startup and you have some developers who know actually how this technology works, so you can delegate your votes like MNT tokens to them and they can vote like in favor of you. So that's how like it is so convenient for you guys to be involved with the ecosystem. And apart from that, this will also help you to do various things on Mantle. Like for example, you can use these tokens for gas fees. Apart from that, if you are like dealing with some of our sister companies or some of our core products, so you can use Mantle token as well. Apart from that, on the delegation and all the voting support, you can definitely visit our Mantle discussion forum. You can visit Snapshot and you can use these MNT tokens for delegation or for voting. Okay, so as I mentioned previously about our partners or maybe so-called sister companies, so that's how like we started, and these are some of our biggest partners which we are currently working and they are closely helping us. So starting with BitDAO, which is currently a Mantle DAO. So we have an official proposal on our like BitDAO forum where you can check out the proposal how the BitDAO has changed to MNT DAO. So just to give you a brief introduction about BitDAO. So BitDAO is one of the largest decentralized autonomous organization with around $3 billion on chain. It has one of the largest treasury. And after the MNT proposal, the treasury of BitDAO and Mantle DAO has been combined, and we are one of the heaviest treasury in all the layer 2s and all the blockchains currently working into the market. So that's how like for example, like if a chain is currently working with good funding, so definitely the projects who are building on them, they have a faith, they can work together easily because the chain has a good backing so that they can work, they can sustain the bear markets in future as well. Apart from that, second is about Bybit. So BitDAO was the initial DAO of Bybit. If you know more about Bybit, so Bybit is a centralized exchange. It is world's third largest centralized exchange with almost like around 300 million people currently working, 30 million people currently using the Bybit exchange. Apart from that, it is frequently used for spot, and there are many launch pads and tokens currently launching their token with the help of Bybit. So if suppose you are currently working with Mantle, you already launched your product on Mantle, you are about to launch your token, so you don't have to worry. You can just let us know. We can help you to connect with Bybit team, and it can actually help you to use Bybit wallet. They can also help you to get launch your token on Bybit. They can also help you to list your token on Bybit. So these are the three things which can actually help you to bring your token to world with some easy steps by just bringing your token or maybe bringing your product to Mantle and supporting Mantle ecosystem. Next is about Game 7. So back in 2022, Game 7 had an official proposal where they bought $100 million fund for grants and like empowering the gaming world in Web3. So that was the initial start of Game 7. After that, they help many projects in acceleration, with helping them with funding, helping with them with many other things. Apart from that, if you are quite familiar with Web3 world, like gaming world, so you might know about Game 7. So they are doing various things right now in the market. And if you are working with Mantle, so you are officially a part, and you can definitely be like working with Game 7 as well. Next is about EduDAO. So this is quite a new structure over here, where education system is governed by a decentralized autonomous organization. So talking more about like EduDAO, so they have partnered with many institutes and many like universities across the world. They have majorly focused on the if you talk about Southeast Asia market, Singapore, yeah. So they are quite working with if suppose a project like there are many new projects where if you are currently like reading or like doing some courses, you get paid out of it. Like for example, if I'm like learning Solidity, if I'm like doing something, I'm coding, so I can earn something, some tokens of that particular project. So these kind of X to earn or like learn to earn projects can actually be a part of EduDAO system, and they can be leveraging all the universities. Next is about the Mirana Venture. So you might know about Mirana Venture. It is a venture hand of Mantle. You can get investment from like Mirana Ventures. Apart from that, Mirana Ventures has already invested in many Web3 projects. So in case if you require any partnership or maybe support from that particular project, so Mirana Venture is also up to it, and we can definitely support you on that side. So Hyperplay is a recent initiative by PetDAO. So talking more about Hyperplay, so Hyperplay is a kind of launcher as well as aggregator. For example, just to focus on the gaming side, so if you have a game, you want to list your game, you want a launcher, so that any player who is using Hyperplay can directly use your game and directly play your game with just the help of Hyperplay. So that's how like Hyperplay is currently working. Apart from that, if you require more exposure, so if you have just your game ready with Twitter account and your website, if you require more exposure, you can just go to Hyperplay. They can list your game, they can help you with the launcher part as well, and all the players who are playing or who are coming to Hyperplay, they can also play your game. Next is about Yeeha Game. So Yeeha Game was initially a publisher. They are still working as a publisher. They have a good market in Southeast Asia. And apart from that, like Yeeha Game is majorly focused on like a go-to-market strategy for gaming and stuff. And say suppose if you're using a mobile game or you are building a mobile game, so definitely Yeeha Game is your house, and they are majorly focused on mobile side, so that we can cater all the like markets like India, African market, so that the players or maybe the users who are majorly focused on mobile in these countries can actually bring their mobile games to Web3, and they can actually use all these things and cater to the world. Next is about ZK So ZK is the official initial investor in like ZK Sync as well. Apart from that, they are constantly researching and doing some research on ZK technology, which is zero knowledge technology, and they are doing some more analytics on part of like Ethereum and how we can bring more zero knowledge proofs in future. Okay, so let's talk about bounties, grants, and investment. So we just don't provide grants and investment, but we also have a unique like function where we have many hackathons. So any project or any developer who is really interested to cater and start working in Web3, so they can just go to our website. They can check all the hackathons which we have done previously, or maybe we are planning to do next. So for example, we have our own house called as like hacker house called as Sozu Hack. So you can just visit the Twitter page. You can check out. It is the official hacker house, which is like managed by our developers team as well. So there are many hackathons starting with like ETH Denver. We also did some hacker house, and ETH Tokyo. We did some recent hacker house, and ETH Paris when we officially launched our mainnet. So there are many things which we are currently working, and we are trying to get more and more new developers so that we can find the next gem or next tier 1 project, which will start from tier 3 or maybe 0, and it will become a tier 1 on Mantle itself. Next is about the grants. So on the grant side, so grant is an initial investment, or it is a kind of initial push from Mantle team, so that if you don't have funding to like run your project or build your MVP, but you have a good idea, you can just come to us, pitch your idea, and say we can help you with all the grants opportunities and all the initial funding, so that you can start with it, and once you are in line, you can just move ahead. And next is about the eco fund. So as I mentioned, like we have officially merged with BitDAO, but apart from that, like we have a 200 million eco fund with us. So this eco fund will be with some of our like venture hand, or maybe venture funds like Panthera, Dragonfly, Folius Ventures. It also include Mirana Ventures and Mantle Eco Fund. So this is how like we are working. So with the partners, with all these partners, we are investing in various like projects which are on seed round or maybe the next rounds out of it. So right now we know that in 2022, end of 2022, after FTX crash and before FTX crash, there were many projects who were actually doing good, but because of these things and bear market, their product was not going better in market, and they didn't have much funds to run their project right now. So that time they were looking for either a bridge round, or maybe they were looking for a seed round, or maybe some seed or strategic round. So that was the time where all the projects were facing actual difficulty. But as with the help of BitDAO and Bybit, we have a 200 million eco fund, and with the help of that 200 million eco fund, we are trying to cater all the projects who were currently working and they have a good project and they have a good product right now. They just need to go to the market. They can come to us, they can apply for the ecosystem fund as well, and they can just go ahead. They will get all the support, not only just on the ecosystem side, but they will also get support on the developer side. So they don't have to worry about just building and doing all the things by themselves. If they require any support from our developers will be ready. Our marketing team is already aligned. Once you develop your product, once you are done with marketing, in future you require any support from Mantle or maybe the ecosystem partners of Mantle, we will definitely help you out. So this is a kind of like infrastructure landscape on Mantle network right now. So as I mentioned initially, we have, before launching our mainnet, we already connected with all the infrastructure, DeFi and gaming projects, so that whenever we launch our mainnet, we can have all these things aligned, so that any project that comes or any product or developer that comes to us, they don't have to face any difficulty while deploying or developing some solutions with us. So for example, right now you can see there is a node provider as Anchor, we have Third Web with us, we have Layer Zero, Covalent, all these things on under one roof. Apart from that, if you require some support on bringing or developing your own DAO, so we have XDAO for that. If you want to deploy your game fully, we have Link for that. There are many other projects and many other infrastructure providers that are currently working with us, and they are currently scoping out how they can provide more support on Mantle. So yep, this is a landscape of our DeFi. So on the DeFi side, we have Izumi, Pulsar, FusionX already working with us. On the DeFi landscape side, so we have Izumi, Pulsar, FusionX, Symbiosis, all these things already aligned with us. So if you want to swap your token, you want to bridge your token on it, like from Ethereum to Mantle, you can easily do that. We have our own launch pads aligned. Even recently, Arbitrad officially launched a token and a project called as Asper Finance. Yep. So as our main topic was regarding the gaming side, so on the gaming side, we have already onboarded many games. Like there are around 48 games on our testnet as well as on mainnet. There are many guilds who are already supporting all the games who are already built on Mantle. So for example, right now, if you have a gaming project and you want to build on Mantle, so you can connect with me or maybe any of our team member. They can help you out with starting like from zero, where you can just get the documentations and initial support from Mantle. You can start deploying your project. Once you deploy it, we can help you with the developer support. Like in case you face any difficulty regarding development or smart contract, our developers will help you out. You can just deploy and start working on our mainnet. Once you do that, we can help you with all the marketing support, and that's how like we start initially. But on the other side, for example, if you are a gaming project, you are about to launch your NFT, but in other chains or in other ecosystem, you need to find a marketplace by yourself, you need to connect with them, and then you need to launch your NFT, right? But when you come to Mantle, you don't have to worry about it. Like, say suppose once you think or you plan that we will be launching a NFT collection or a game in future, like after 4 months or 3 months, and we require some support on launchpads or maybe marketplaces, you just need to tell that to all the BD who is responsible with your network or your project. You can just ask for the help and they will help you with all the marketplaces that are building on Mantle. Apart from that, we have an exclusive group in Mantle ecosystem where, say suppose all the projects, like all the gaming projects, all the infra, all the DeFi projects are working together, so that any project that requires help from other project that is building on Mantle, they can connect with each other, they can work together, and that's how like all the ecosystem partners will be connected with each other. Apart from that, like once you are all sorted with your development, you are already live, you have many users, you require more support, we have many guild members already on board. As you can see on the screen, Good Game Guild is already working with us. They are providing support to all the projects who are on the alpha stage or beta stage. They require some users, so the community of Good Game Guild is already ready. They will provide you some users so that you can test the game, they can test the game, they can help you with the feedback, they can also help you with all the stuff which you require in future. So yep, that was pretty much about like how Mantle is working, what are we doing. Apart from that, what is our technology, which projects are currently working with us. So this is some of the like key highlights, or maybe I can say that key news about Mantle, like what we have done previously, what we have achieved till now. So initially, we like before the mainnet launch, we had a testnet for around 6 months. Back in July 16, 17, in ETH CC, ETH Paris, we launched our mainnet officially, and we had many side events. We had many engagement with users and the developers who were there in Paris. We officially announced the mainnet. After 1 month, we saw around like we crossed around 40 million TVL just in 1 month after the launch of mainnet. Apart from that, we also had an ecosystem fund, like eco fund proposal officially on like BitDAO like forum, discussion forum, where you can check it out right now as well. There it got all the support from the community members, it got all the support from the BitDAO member, and we got a funding of around 200 million from the BitDAO treasury. After that, we also got a proposal where we are going to merge BitDAO and MantleDAO together, and it will be MantleDAO like right now, and all the BitDAO things, like it can be treasury, it can be token, which will be merged together, and it will be rebranded to Mantle and MNT. Yep, so that's pretty much about like our background and how we are doing all these things. So just to mention all the official accounts, so that there are many scammers right now out in the market, they can scam you with all these things, like maybe some fake accounts, maybe some fake identity, and they can just get you like hacked. So that is the reason we have officially mentioned all these accounts. And yep, so like before ending this presentation and before starting with the questions, I just wanted to mention few things about Mantle. So when we started with layer 2 and the journey of layer 2, so that time we saw that there are many difficulties with layer 2s as well. For example, if we talk about major layer 2s on Ethereum, so we talk about Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, but there are many and number of chains currently working, and the major issues they are facing right now is with either the gas fees or the congestion, or maybe it can be related to security. So when the official proposal came into BitDAO, so that was the reason we selected EVM and like Ethereum and started to build a layer 2, because we wanted to leverage the Ethereum security with the help of restaking model. Once we were sure, like, yeah, we want to go with all the layer 2 solutions and we want to create a solution which will be highly secured, the treasury will be all sorted, we will have a good speed, and we will have the lowest transaction fees, like gas fees. So when we came to gas fees thing, we got to know that if we want to onboard games and if we want to onboard all the developers, we need to create a sort of thing where the gas fees is actually minimal and we don't have to worry about paying it. And even if a web 2 developer or a game or a studio comes to us, they don't have to worry, or the users don't have to worry about paying the gas fees. So that's how like the data availability layer and the eigenlayer came into picture. So with the help of eigenlayer, we solved the problem of gas fees. And currently, if you check out our testnet thing, so we are charging the lowest gas fees. And in future, like as soon as Mantle is going on mainnet, we are trying to optimize the gas fees as much as possible, so that in future we will be the lowest charging of gas fees, not only on just Ethereum, it can be across all the chains currently working. It can be layer 1 or it can be layer 2. So yeah, that's it. So we welcome all of you guys to come join us, and we will provide you all the support so that you can build on Mantle and start working with us. Thank you.
And now we have all that knowledge at our fingertip. I think it's time to delve a little bit deeper into the detail, especially on how Mantle can revolutionize the gaming industry. So so without further ado, let's transition into our interactive discussion. So let me start with the first one. So very quick one. So there are many other layer 2 projects are also focusing on helping Web3 project abroad. So especially for gaming projects. So how the Mantle differentiate itself from other layer 2 solution?
Okay, sure. So as we mentioned about the layer 2 solutions, and as we mentioned about the core USPs, so the first and the foremost is we are the first in, which is a developed which was started by a DAO, so that in future whenever you face or you see there are some drawbacks in Mantle, you can just propose it. You can get the things changed by yourself. You don't have to worry about the centralized team which is working and running the chain. You can just propose it, you can support it, and all the project like people who are think that it is actually a proposal support you guys as well. Apart from that, I mentioned about from 0 to 100. So that is a kind of main USP for us. We have all the things aligned where you can start working with us. We will get you all the support for listing. We will help you with all the support on partnership sites. We will help you all the support on the game accelerator, game publishing support, game aggregator, game launcher. Everything we have right now with us. You don't have to worry. And last is about the security and gas fees. So as I mentioned, like with the help of Ethereum restaking model, we can actually help you to get a secured layer. You don't have to worry about the bridge hacks or something. We can definitely support you on that side. Your assets are actually secured with us. And apart from that, the gas fees. So gas fees on Mantle is actually really low. You just need to try the testnet. If you are a developer, you just go to the faucet, you can try get some MNT test tokens, and you can try and see the gas fees is actually very low. You don't have to worry. If you are developing a product and you are focused on the Web2 market, you can actually do that. And in case, like if you think that your Web2 audience will not pay the gas fees, you just come to us. We can help you with the gas fees reduction, and we can also help you with some kind of grants where initially the gas fees can be covered with that particular grant amount. Yeah.
Amazing. And another one, so how do you see Mantle contribute to the broader adoption of blockchain technology in the gaming industry, and what role does it play in introducing non-crypto savvy players to the benefits of blockchain?
Okay, so like when we talk about the like wider adoption and wider users, like for example, right now if suppose we talk about the blockchain industry, so blockchain industry is I guess 5 to 10% in India of what like the whole India population is. So just to mention that, so we are a small community right now, but in future if we want to get a major adoption, we require more utilities, we require more adoption and understanding of technology. For example, when I was a kid, I was playing a game, so I don't really understand like who is the game publisher, who is the game studio, what are the actual use of all these Unity, Unreal thing. So they don't know about the technology, but I just really like the gameplay. I play the game and that's it. So that's really the same thing with all the teenage or maybe all the people who are currently scoping and working in Web3, Web2, and they want to shift to Web3. For example, right now if Horizontal Land, so they want to work with Mantle, they have a Web3 product, they have a game on chain. But actually, if they want to cater Web2 audience, they won't tell them that we are building on Mantle. They will just show them their product. They will show them how you can earn money out of it, or maybe how can you be a part of digital identity and the digital world, metaverse and stuff. We are not going to sell them the background technology. We are going to sell them how the products can actually amplify and they can bring more and more utility in future. So when we talk about Mantle, so we have many projects or many Web2 companies that are coming into picture. So initially they are just trying to cater with some small amount. For example, they will bring their own NFTs, or maybe they will bring their some own tokens. Um, just giving you an example, for a sake, if a game comes to us, like it is a Web2 game, they already have a product on a Google Play Store, and they have all the things already aligned like a mobile game. But now they want to shift to Web3. So how they will shift? Initially they will just create a NFT collection, and all the in-game assets will be converted to NFT. They will start with it. All the NFTs can be listed to Mantle. The users who are working and playing that game, they don't have to worry, and they don't have to learn what Mantle is doing. They just need to see that, oh yep, they can actually own the in-game assets. So that's how, like, we will be in the background picture, like Mantle will be in the background picture, and we will support all the dapps who are building on us, and they will cater to this Web2 audience.
Amazing. I totally agree with you on that point. And just one last question. So in your vision, in your product vision, so how do you see Mantle can shape the future landscape of gaming, both in terms of gameplay experience and the overall gaming industry?
Okay, so just to continue my previous answer,
Cool.
so you know that, like, there are many types of game right now. So some games are fully on chain. Like fully on chain means, like, in case you pick up a weapon while playing the game, that is also recognized and that is also minted in your MetaMask. So that is a full chain, like full on chain game. Second is about some games that have something on chain and something off chain. Like some of the part of the game, like some of the tournaments and stuff, has full like all the things on chain. They have all the rewards on chain, they have all the NFTs on chain, they have all the tokens on chain. And the third part, which is like a Web2 game coming to Web3 with some assets, like maybe some of the gaming tokens, like in ERC20, or maybe some of the new NFT minting and stuff like that. It can be PFP, or it can be actually some in-game weapons and accessories. So that are the three categories right now. So we are not just catering the fully on-chain game, but say suppose if you have a fully on-chain game, you have the lowest gas fees, you can just play this game by negligible fees, and you can still earn more and more. So for example, if you are playing a tournament which has a entry fees of around $1, and if you win, you just need to pay $2, like you will win $2. So out of that, you will just need to pay 0.01 or something cents to just pay a gas fees, and you can still earn and you can still get the rewards. Second is the game who has already started working on Web3, and they have already started working on various assets and stuff. So right now they require more wider audience in Web3. So we will help them with all the developer support, we will help them with all the marketing support right now. And coming to the third game, which is a new new to Web3, they are a Web2 studio right now. So we will help them with all the developer support, which will be regarding their smart contracts, or if they require any node support, API support, or any development support as well. So we have our own tools, but apart from that, we have infra partners or third-party tooling, which can actually provide them support, and they can easily be onboarded to Web3 without even knowing their users. Like the users won't even know that they are actually a Web3 game right now.